So what does being a Student Leader Fellow mean to you?
For me, being a student leader fellow means that I get to represent Wittenberg in the best way possible, and that I also get to support Wittenberg and the Springfield community. Since I've been in Wittenberg, I've been able to help out in the local elementary and middle schools. This has allowed me to grow within myself, but I've also been a mentor to the students, and I've been able to give back to Springfield.
Okay, so I chose room 131 in Hollenbeck because pretty much all of my classes are in here. All of my organization meetings are in here as well, which I'll talk about later. But like this is kind of like my home. It's become sort of like my place where I feel comfortable being a leader. And like all of my political science classes are here, and it's like where my heart lies. So as a leader, like I knew I was somewhat of a leader like many years ago, like in middle school with like band and stuff. But then throughout high school, I was in a youth philanthropy committee, and I kind of like climbed the ranks of the committee and sort of like reformed the whole thing. We have a retreat now that focuses on grant making and leadership and strategic framework, and that's sort of like, it was my baby at the time, and it's still happening now. We started a workshop for adults to come and learn about the grant process. So like I really had the opportunity to like let my leadership blossom in high school. So when I got here, I was really looking forward to finding my niche, and I knew that was leadership, but like I wasn't really sure where I was going to find that on campus. And thankfully, as a student leader fellow, I got to meet everyone in Student Leader Fellows, and that sort of created like a network base of who's in what leadership position or who's in what organization, so I could sort of like figure out maybe what organizations I might be interested in. One of like the greatest things about Wittenberg and like being a leader on Wittenberg's campus is that like I was introduced with a huge amount of opportunities with leadership, like numerous opportunities, and I took part of those, finding out which ones worked for me, which ones didn't. I'm now president of Wittenberg Democrats, and we hold meetings every week, and it was quite a struggle in the beginning because the organization was falling apart, but we brought it back together, and like we're holding events now. We have an entire schedule for next year, so like being active in a group and seeing the end goal and like working toward that and initiating that and inspiring others to see that future goal is sort of what I pride myself on, and as a leader, like that's what I look to do. It's how I live my life as a leader. My experience as a student leader fellow has really just been empowering. Hearing all of the students who are in Student Leader Fellows with me, like the upperclassmen, and like hearing what they're doing on campus and their experiences with leadership on campus has really given me sort of a leg up in terms of what I look for in other people as leaders and what I need to do as a leader on campus. And plus, being a Student Leader Fellow is kind of cool because I get to tell everybody like, hey, I'm a Student Leader Fellow, and of course everyone's going to be like, what is that? And I get to explain that, and that's really cool to be a part of and to tell other people about. So that's what being a Student Leader Fellow means to me. It's about creating an atmosphere around campus where people can be leaders in their own individual, unique way, and basically letting my own light shine and everybody else's as well. And that's what it is to me.
Being on the women's soccer team, I was exposed to a lot of different leadership styles. Some were good and some were bad. So that really helped me learn who I was as a leader. Also, being in Student Leader Fellows, I was able to meet a lot of great leaders and grow my confidence as a leader.
I would like to both be an editor of The Torch, or the school newspaper, and a member or captain of the track team. And these are both important to me because I feel like I could be helpful to other members of those groups, and also be caring for everyone on the team. And I think that's one of my greatest strengths as a leader is I'm caring and I'm consistent with everyone. And I like to talk to people individually and figure out what is going on and how I can best help them. And I think that that's one way I can do that is by being in those leadership positions. However, just because I'm in these positions doesn't mean I need to stop caring and talking with people and helping them out. So one way that I believe I can be of service is just with my caring attitude, but also I am, by the FYS Strengths Finders we had to take, I am restorative and consistent were two of the things I got. And I thought those were pretty well fitting because I enjoy keeping people feeling happy and content and involved and satisfied with what they're doing and making them feel like they really are a part of a greater thing. And with this, we are involved in Student Leadership Fellows, and because of this, I feel like my strengths are being displayed through this group, but also it's working on my weaknesses. So some of my weaknesses include my speaking out about things and also not wanting to be too vocal about my leadership. I more lead by example. So Student Leadership Fellows is helping me step out of my comfort zone and get in front of people and talk and lead that way. But also, Student Leadership Fellows also allows for networking, and that's a big selling point for the group. But I believe networking is important because you can talk to people in different disciplines, because student leadership has so many broad areas, like the Student Leadership Fellows, for example. There's so many majors involved and so many great outside people coming in to look, and I think that's amazing, and I think you get great service through that. You get to learn and talk to people you wouldn't normally talk to. And also with that, you get to have mentors and older classmates and peers, I guess, that really help each other. And I think that's one of the strengths of Student Leadership Fellows.
Being a Student Leader Fellow to me is expanding my leadership skills into other areas where I may not have before. This year, I suffered a concussion where I'm no longer able to play lacrosse, but I've taken the leadership skills that I had originally and that I've learned from SLF, and now I'm applying them to actually helping my team as a coach. I'm coaching the face-off kids for our team. Not only do I have leadership skills in relation to athletics that SLF has provided me, but I've also gained them in the classroom where I feel that I can take over group projects and help others succeed in ways that they may not have before due to the leadership skills that I've learned through SLF.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. To me, being a student leader fellow means getting involved on campus, whether it's attending a sports match or a colloquium, just being ready to learn with your friends and get involved. One of the experiences that has shaped my leadership at Whitburg is definitely being part of the volleyball team. Playing for a program with so much success and tradition really makes me appreciate what I have at hand. The upperclassmen staff are so accomplished, and it really makes me want to follow in their legacy. Things I've learned from Student Leader Fellows is how to make a positive and fun leadership environment. Being open to different points of view and new perspectives has really helped me in my leadership role.